What's up, guys? My name is Jackinson Verdot. That's my full name. Date of birth is 05/14/96 for those that want to know. But I just wanted to mention that because, a lot of people don't know, our age and our real story and our real background. So I'm sure this going to be very motivational to a lot of people that's going to watch this because, young black men like us, we don't get the opportunities to get to the point where, we could be something and be in front of cameras like this to share our stories. So I'm super excited. Let's get it.
My name's Alonzo Guillaume, a.k.a. PMGZO. May 2nd also. What's interesting is that we're actually both Tauruses.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to talk a little about that.
That's a fact.
So we're both we're both May, born babies, 1996.
Yeah.
I'm a few days older than you, right? You
14,
Second.
May 2nd.
Same year, same births. That's pretty dope that people do need to see that information because they don't really know. So we're both 26, yes, sir. And really how it really started, basically going blast in the past. So I was going to ask you, what are some of your memorable moments when we met back then? What was that, 2013?
Yeah, around that time. This is why I love life so much because it could be the same story but different experiences and different perspective. So I want to share my point of view of how everything went down, and I want to hear your perspective of how everything went down for you as well, so we could link it so we know. So for me, I ended up meeting Alonzo. I ended up meeting you, bro, because it was unfortunate. I was already living here in Florida, Orlando, but my parents ended up moving up north to find a better life because I'm an immigrant. So I came here when I was 8 years old. I watched my parents work hard, minuscule work, all of that. So from that time on, we always been looking for more opportunities, like ways to make more money, so we could live a better lifestyle. Because, to be honest, the life we was living in Haiti compared to America was amazing.
And I didn't experience that like you, because I was born in New York.
Right. So, like, for us, it was already amazing, but then the little is that once you come to the States, you really have to still work every day to keep up that life, even if it's the bare minimum, but it still take work, and you'll be surprised like the hard work our parents had to go through, to give us that life. But I ended up moving up north to a homeless shelter in this town called New Bedford. I stayed there for about 6 months. I went to school to New Bedford High School. That's where I met Alonzo. So basically, walked in the gym that I think it was my second day in school that day. And mind you, when I went to school, I had the option to either go to night school to finish what I had to do and just graduate, or stay behind to, I wanted to stay behind one grade so I could play basketball and experience that, what it feel like to be part of a team. And you also knew how hard I worked to be on that team, even though I didn't play much, but it doesn't matter. The fact that I accomplished that goal gave me confidence. But I ended up meeting you when I walked to the gym second day, and I was like, damn.
Do you think that decision kind of correlates to how everything kind of went? Because I had a couple of decisions too that got me to New Bedford, but if you think about little decisions we had at that time, say you did go to and finish night school, you would have that meant.
Exactly. I wouldn't, and that was a major decision, and in my life, like the major decision, like I had to be grown for myself to make those. Were always like pivotal moments in my life, but that decision of not, going to just finishing night school just to be done, I actually wanted to interact with people, especially being in a new town. I did not just want to have to just go straight to work right after high school or, try to figure out college. So that's why I stayed back. But that day I didn't even want to stay after school. I was like, let me go see what's after school these people got going on. And I went to the gym, and it was that after practice of track or football?
I think it was football workouts.
Yeah, so
did football
I
workout
pulled up
at
to the
that
gym. You guys was already done with your football because you was actually a #1 player at that school as well. I didn't know that until
we met.
But
time, yeah.
I seen, everyone playing. It was, 3 black guys, you, Dylan, and Burke 4, and Azor. Yeah. Like, and then I seen them guys. I was like, all right, cool. They're playing. And then I seen you was probably the biggest one out there. And then you was like, I think you came up to me like, hey, where you from? And I was like, yeah, I'm from Orlando. He's like, where you from? He's like, I'm from Georgia. I just moved here. Like, yeah, oh, you from Florida. You know how to play. Pick him up. And they picked me up, and then I started balling, and then that's how we became friends.
Let me show my perspective on that. What he's saying, like, I was born in New York, and then I was born for 2 months, so people tend to tell me where I'm from. To me, I think where you had, like, your first fight, first kiss, that's where you're from, like, when you learn how to kind of, like, live, like, grow the ethics. So for me, I was born in New York, but I was only there for 2 months in Brooklyn. So over the summer, I would go back from New York and Brooklyn, like Mike and everybody, my cousins. But I grew up in Georgia 16 years, so I didn't get that chance to see Haiti like that, like you. You know, that's why I kind of like, people say, oh, fake Haitian, all that. It's not my fault. I can't control where I'm born, you know what I'm saying? Right. So gratefully, my parents was able to get me to the States. I got my, passport and everything. But, growing up as that environment, my mom and my dad worked together at the time. When we went to, like, New Bedford, that's when the split had happened with the divorce and everything. So, it was just me. I was there in Georgia. I was able to move to New Bedford, but at that time, I was playing football for Georgia. So I didn't really want to go to Boston. That was one many people may not know that. I didn't really want to move to Boston because I was in a powerhouse, like, state. Georgia is football. Everything is football.
Yeah, facts.
So me playing football, leaving that school with D1 opportunities, I'm like, man, I didn't really want to go to Boston. So what ended up happening is my mom and my sister and brother, they end up going to New Bedford first. I ended up staying there one more year to try to live there. And I tried to, like, stay, but, like, someone, like, snitched and stuff, and I had to end up moving. So I ended up staying 1 year there with my dad. And at the time, I was thinking I was going to Boston. But they told me some small town to New Bedford. And my mom had told the coach, the head coach at that time, not DeBerto, but I forgot his name. The coach at that time, you know what I'm talking about, the big... I forgot his name, but they told him that I was 6'5". So they thinking they getting a 6'5" athlete. My mom, like, didn't really know my height. She was like, oh, yeah, he's 6'5", he played defense. And she was on the phone with Brockton, too. So I had a chance to go to either Brockton to play football, where I wouldn't have met Jack, or I had a chance to go to New Bedford. But my mom had got the job at New Bedford because she was a teacher. So she taught at New Bedford. So I ended up going to New Bedford. I ended up doing there. It was an easy kind of to fit in because I was on a team. That's why you wanted to be on a team. So for me, I was there. I just worked hard. Like, I remember my coach told me, just go to that school and dominate. So go to that school and dominate. Everything will work. And that's what I did. I ended up going to that school, learned it. It's a bit different because it's not the same culture. It's growing up and down south. So that's why I felt like being an outsider to that school, you got to know that's just like a pit stop. You can't get too comfortable there. You got to get what you got to do and move on. And that's why I feel like what we end up was able to accomplish because we were outsiders to that school. We weren't really there. So going to that school, I just did what I did, and there was just one day we just had a normal gym run after working out. And I know people like who be working out and play ball and stuff because I'm an athlete. And at that time, I'd see Jack. He had on in that black book bag with the green. He had on the Nike Dunks, I remember. And then like, bro, where you from, bro? I never seen you. Like, I'm from Florida. I was like, oh, Dylan. I had hit up Dylan. Like, Dylan, he's from Florida. And that's when y'all kind of like boom, boom, boom. And I seen you playing because me, I like people who like could play sports too. At that time, it's like we're brothers, you know. So that's why I was like, and cool. For me, some people like when it's a new kid, some people kind of like stay.
Still with
me. I like to meet new people. I think that's how I've been growing up. I like to meet new people, and some people would have just looked at you and just been like, not even talk to you. You know what I'm saying? But I just felt like, met with you, and then we just end up hooping from there. And then through time, we just kept playing and stuff, and that's how that happened.
Yeah, that's definitely. And to be honest, we ended up, running that school, honestly, because he was already, you were already the top athlete there, with D1 prospects. And, I joined different sports, but mainly because we're from Florida. One of the biggest things, we were from down south. One of the biggest things that we've brought to that school, I feel like, is just the culture, like how to not be like weird and like no offense, but. So I realized in my life, like, not everyone is the same as you. Right. Then you just have to understand that and just learn how to, like, deal with them and make them feel comfortable around you. And that's what we brought to that school a lot. And we ended up throwing one of the biggest party that this school have ever seen. Like one of the biggest party that the school ever seen. So that was pretty dope. I mean, so the influence that we've always had, like, carried a long way, but most importantly, we both were athletes, like you mentioned, so that brotherhood definitely formed. Mm-hmm. But long term, we ended up building so much greater businesses and things that we worked on together because of that work ethic that we always brought to whatever we do, even if it was sports or business or throwing a party. That work ethic was like there. I remember when I put up to your house just to create the Twitter for the party and start sending out the flyers, created the flyers. Like, we actually put in work to make it successful, and it was actually successful.
That was the start of the fruits, like the seed, to kind of see how we could throw a party. Right. And it wasn't even my party. Right. I'm just good at marketing the party. Right. Like, at that time, Twitter, all the retweets.
Right, exactly.
So we just threw a party. It was you and Christian, and then I just end up getting people to do it. Because Georgia did that a lot, the little party, house party stuff. So we brought that and ended up turning out big to turnout. And then I knew, like, oh, yeah, we could do business. Like, after that, really, it was a moment of just either the party's going to keep going, but then you told me about the Primerica insurance thing. Yeah. Because for me, it was like, where I'm from growing up, you know how it is down south. You either go to school, you trap, you rap. Yeah. But you do nothing. So I was the athlete side. So my backup was always something business. Yeah. It didn't have to be something business. That's what I always mention to people. Have a backup. Playing football, you can't do it forever. Basketball. So have a backup. Mine was something in the business. And that's what I ended up doing, Yeah. It didn't matter what it was.
Yeah, that's a fact. I remember when I got started, with the business, the first business in high school, you were my first recruit, and then we started telling people around the school about it. They didn't want to really believe it. They didn't want to pull up because their mindset was not even there, like to even be open to how they could make like income for themselves as well. But, you could see the difference. Like when we did the party, everyone wanted to come, even if they had to pay. But we invited them to a free event that's gonna change their life, and they were giving us a hard time. But you didn't. I believe a couple other people tried it as well. But all that goes into success,
It starts as a bond though. We have a relationship. So you being we grew up, we ended up being best of buddies. Yeah. As you have a brother, whoever you don't fuck with in the school, I'm not gonna fuck with in the school. Yeah. Whatever plays emotion you got, I'm gonna do. Yeah. Because we brothers, what I'm saying? But not everybody was like your brother. Yeah. So you introduced that to me. People are not gonna do that. Yeah. That's why I felt like that brought us closer. Because when you really have a good friend, someone that is a ride or die for you, no matter the circumstances. Yeah. That's how it's gonna be. But not everyone was like that.
That's true.
So that's what I'm grateful that you was like a good brother to me.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, man. Because I always tell people this: when you run across real people, you could tell, you could feel it, but you have to really at the same time protect your energy as well. But and people could sense that energy. You remember, I went to the gym to just try to play basketball, right? I wrote my name on the board as I'm next. This guy said, no, you're not playing next. I'm like, what do you mean I'm not playing that? I'm not an enemy to you or anything. Long story short, me and that guy ended up getting into a fight. You were actually the one that actually showed up because you knew I was going to get into that fight that day.
Yeah, I just making sure, nothing.
Yeah. That's a real brotherhood right there. But most importantly, like when we know the type of people we are in our energy, I've learned that we have to protect it and also protect ourselves as well, and like stand up for ourselves, because some people could mistake that energy as like, oh, he's just a pushover, he's too nice. Nah, you just a real last person, but if you try me, I'm gonna fuck you up. You know what I'm saying?
I think that was my hardest things is getting into business, because I'm a relationship type of guy.
Yeah.
So I could mesh with anyone. I could vibrate on anyone's frequency.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You just got to know how to feed off it.
Yeah.
But business, you can't really do too much. You got to balance it.
Yeah, we went
That's
to a
what
lot
we
with business.
And something as Tauruses, me and you, we care a lot.
Yeah.
And we were young, so it was a lot of that, trying to develop a business after, like, I ended up going to college. You actually went on my visit.
Yeah.
We went to UMass Amherst. I had a couple of D1 offers.
Yeah.
But for me, my SATs were low, GPA wasn't low, so I didn't qualify to go to junior college. So then when I had them offers, brought you to the UMass Amherst experience.
I remember.
And many people weren't getting that D1 experience.
Yeah.
But for me, whatever didn't happen, I always a step ahead. Okay, if this didn't turn out, I always planned ahead. Okay, I had another alternative route. Mm-hmm. So that was when I ended up going to junior college. Mm-hmm. You end up staying with the Primerica thing.
Yeah.
So over there, it was a whole different thing, because now you're actually with people that are also good as with you. Playing the same sport. They're actually the best at their school, their hometown. It's no longer me just playing with a bunch of people that are not really the best.
That's
so
a fact.
Actually, you put all the best players in one room.
Yeah.
You mesh. So I'm always be able to mesh with people. That's just who I am. I'm a relationship type of person. Mm-hmm. But yeah, protecting the energy is very important in business.
Yeah.
Because some people can take advantage of you.
Oh yeah. We have a lot of scam stories, but we've overcome that now, and I feel like once you're pure soul, pure energy like that, the goodness always gonna follow as well. Like the same way the haters and the bad energy hates it. But along our way, we've also met with great people now that we have on our team that's really gonna help us, take things to the next level and put it in front of people's faces. But to go back on that story, man, I remember, going to the school. That was my first, real college environment. Scene.
But that was when we was in college. So what did you like?
For me, I had the choice to go to a small D2, D3 school.
The one I went with you?
Curry College.
Me and Brick, we went to that one?
Yeah.
I remember.
I did, what do you call these things? Where you stay, when you go and you check it out? Orientation? Yeah, I think orientation. I went to the visit. I spent a day there.
He did not like it.
I mean, the first part I didn't like. There was, walking me through classes of what they're gonna teach me, and when we got to the business management class, which is what I wanted to learn, some of the students asked the professor, "Have he ever owned a business?" And he said no. And that was it for me, in my head, how are you going to teach business and you never own the business? You just in front of me telling me what I should be doing and how to do it, but you never did.
That's most professors, though.
So that was one of the main things that really told me, oh yeah, you don't need to go to school. I let the information come to me because I know my mom and my dad, they know what was best for me, So I did spend a day, had fun later on the day. I did like the food. Went to parties at night. After that, stayed overnight. It was fun. But, I said I'm never going back there because it's not it.
Yeah, you looked at it long term. That's why I fucked with you too growing up, because you always look long term. You looked at it's not a checkers, it's chess. That's something is you couldn't see yourself at that school.
No.
So I felt the same after 2 years. I did a year and a half, and I went on a visit to FAMU in Tallahassee.
Yeah.
A next door roommate of mine, we had the same visit. Something about that just didn't mesh. I couldn't see myself there, just seeing other coaches, what they going through, and the students there.
Yeah.
You know, it's a lot of hype thing too when you get recruited to play at the school, because most of the time, once you sign that intent, bro, they got you.
Oh yeah,
that's one thing. They told me, like, really see yourself being there for the next 2 to 4 years.
Yeah.
If you do not see yourself being there, don't sign that intent.
Yeah,
because it's going to be hard to kind of. So I didn't sign the intent because I didn't feel comfortable. I didn't feel the energy there. I didn't feel like this is something I could do.
Yeah.
So that's when I didn't go to that school, but before that, that's when you had told me about the Forex thing.
Yeah.
My summer of my freshman year in college.
Yeah.
So tell them what
So
happened.
the story of that, from my perspective, was, I was like hardcore, because I had already decided that I'm not,
The Primerica.
going to school. So I was hardcore, doing Primerica, selling insurance, like, recruiting every day, dressed up, going to malls. Asking people, are they open to another opportunity?
That's just like an MLM. Bro.
Yeah, that was hard.
Yeah.
That was like.
But you were
hard.
determined and you did it.
Right, because I know I'm not going to school, so I got to make business work. And these guys telling me they're making $500K a year, 4 years in the business. That's something that I want to learn. Because I also knew that I wanted to be in business, but I didn't really want too much of the headache of a business. Like, I didn't want a brick and mortar business, meaning like having to do the things with my hands or having people doing it with their hands, packaging and then have to send it. I know I didn't want to deal with that, too much work, but something like, where we could have people efforts also, bringing income is what I was open to. And I don't know why, but
I think it's because how we, our era, being the Generation Z or whatever it is.
Yeah.
We came into an era of smartphones and everything.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Through times as we started to see other people blow up, like DC Young Fly with the roasting on the just being famous on the IG.
That's a fact. That's a fact at that time.
You don't even, like, you could just blow up off social media.
Yeah.
So having that in front of your face, because every day you wake up at that time in high school, you're going to look at IG and social media, and you seeing people just blow up on social media.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Then you got to go work a 9 to 5. You start to be like, bruh, why am I working 9 to 5 when I can just make money on IG?
That's so true.
A little bit of that, it kind of was like, man. So I didn't really want to do the college thing too, because it's just like at that time, and that was even before Forex really blew up.
Yeah, way before.
That's kind of why you didn't really want to do the hard work labor, because of, I think, is the era we came into.
Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact. That's a big fact, because we was doing things online, and we seen the power of what online could do. The party that we did blew up. So, like, that's a big fact that you mentioned. And, like, that's one thing I always noticed, like, with you, and that's why we became, like, super, super close friends. Like, you have a different, like, perspective of reality. Basically the same as me, but in a different, like, culture vibe. Like, the America, growing up, being able to experience, the American kid lifestyle, going to school, meeting friends, playing in the Little League, all of that. Like, you experienced, like, you seen how the transition happened here in America. Like, for me, I didn't really have that. So it's like I have to learn it from somebody else, or, like, experience it after they tell me, and then I go try it for myself. Because everything, if you think of a kid that's from Haiti, like, all the way to 8 years old, seeing a whole different perspective of people, how people move, really what you do, how you talk. Like, it's totally different. So, like, both of us, like, working together like that was like, it just meshed well, because we understand what the people want and understand how people feel on a different level. So, fast forward with that, I ended up, talking to this guy, and Market Basket. They said, hey, bro, you look, keep your options open to another opportunity. He said, nah, bro, have you heard of this thing called Forex? I was like, nah, I didn't hear nothing, called Forex. He said, yeah, bro, exactly like this. He told me, yeah, bro, these white guys, every night they're making money. I don't know, it's real, bro. You should look into it. I was like, all right, cool. And at that time, come to understand it now, he was just talking about London session. you know, and the people he was following that's doing it, that's the time they traded, and he seen them making money. So he was telling me, right? I understand now, but fast forward, I went home, looked on Google, search of Forex, nothing but scams, scams. At that time, if you search of Forex online, straight scams.
2016.
And I was like, I'm not doing this. So what made me ended up doing it, because I called my cousin Eli. I was in Orlando at that time. I was still in Massachusetts. And I told him, hey, have you heard of this thing called Forex? This guy told me to look into it. And he was like, oh, yeah, bro, this guy told me about it. And I've been on this Baby Pips website learning about this thing. And it's actually true. I don't know. I'm going to find out more.
Baby Pips.
That, like, increased my, like, mindset and vision that, oh, wow, this thing probably real. So, all right, cool. Let me see. I say, look, go ahead and study that. I'm going to keep doing what I do here. If this thing is real, I'm gonna do it, bro. Right. And then fast forward, I ended up meeting this, like, and with this, all this happening like within weeks time, bro. Like, like literally in Primerica, going hardcore. Guy told me about Forex. Next day, I'm online looking about it. By the next week, I'm already in a company, Wealth Generators at that time. That was the name. And there was this girl that recruited me into it, and all of that increased my, you know, like knowledge and increase my confidence that, hey, Forex is real, at least give it a try. And that's why I respect like multi-level marketing companies, like, you know, all the big ones in the past, like IML, Wealth General, all those companies, because yeah, even if they didn't really teach people how to trade, but they show people that Forex exists.
Right.
And that's huge, because you don't really need to teach the real ones how to do it. They're going to go and figure it out themselves.
The ones that are hungry and determined.
Right. Exactly. So I'm super grateful for that. But fast forward, all within weeks, I called you up. I told you about it.
You know what I was when you told me about it?
Where you?
In the library.
Oh, yeah, you were
saying. Essay. I did not want to do. Cheating. Bro, I cheated, dude. I was doing it. I wish I had ChatGPT at that time. I would have been doing that. But damn. I was in the library. He called me about, he's like, so there's this thing I'm gonna tell you about Forex. I'm like, for what? I'm like, yo, all right, tell me. Cause you know, I'm with it, bro. I'm with whatever you got going. I'm with it, whatever. And then that's when you told me about it. And then we got into it. And then at that time, it was just like, for me at that time too, it was just school and football, bro. And really working on my AAS for business administration. So when you told me about that, and I kind of it was kind of like Primerica at the time. Mm-hmm. Because you got to go kind of recruit people. Yeah. So I'm like, okay, because I didn't get my Primerica license like you did. Yeah. I ended up going to school. I couldn't really do it. Right. But you ended up doing it. So that, I was like, okay, this is like Primerica selling insurance, but you just got to sell a product. So I'm like, what's the product? And then the trading thing, and I'm seeing people doing off the phones, but at that time, I wasn't really focused on the trading. I was focused on kind of telling people the recruiting part, because we was making that money on that end. Yeah. And that's when I was like, all right, I'm with a school of everyone that's broke like me. Yeah. Put this shit on, I'm going to run it up with that. Right. So I told the teammates, my teammates first, told roommates. Yeah. Everyone started getting signups. Oh, yeah. That's I packed up a whole room. I had packed out a whole library room. It was I remember that. It was like 30 football players. And he had one of the speakers from the company, Wealth Generators, called SJ. Yeah. And that girl. What was the girl name? Tiffany. Tiff. That's what she was. Tiffany. They came and presented the opportunity. I had to actually kind of like persuade the library people at the school. Yeah. Because you can't do that. That's kind of like. That's true. So we told them like, this is a little mean. So I had to persuade them. And then they came in, and by the time SJ was done, then they said we all had to get out. So it actually worked in perfect time. Perfect. So that was that, and it was kind of easy for me, it's always been easy to put people on to see the product, how it is. So MLM, I think, to me, in my perspective, was kind of easy, because of the influence. I didn't even know how to, like, do ads to it. Yeah. It was basically all organic. That's true. Because I'm in the organic community. So I'm aware of where I'm at. I just promote something. I know what people need. Yeah. Yeah. You know? Facts. Because I'm there with them. So I know what people need. And people in our type of Generation Z, they like that quick cash.
Yeah.
Seeing things coming.
Yeah.
So you promote that like, yo, you just recruit people, boom, boom, boom. Signups. It was easy.
Oh yeah, and once they see the vision, like we good at selling the vision. Like people, you know, they always want to see something that work, but they also need a vision because in their mind they only know what's going on like right now.
Yeah,
you know,
they don't really need like they just need their bills paid.
Yeah.
That's how. Like I'm not saying MLM is wrong too, like what Jack is saying. I'm saying like MLM kind of provided the awareness to the product.
Definitely,
right?
definitely.
But as far as like me, I don't need MLM. Like it's the trading part. But in the beginning journey, MLM taught me how to work with a team.
Right.
No. Football really taught me how to work with a team. You know, football taught me how to work with a team. Football taught me how to be disciplined, how to wake up early.
Yeah.
How to be able to go to the London session and all the New York sessions because I was already doing it. I was waking up like 4 a.m. to go work out with a team.
Right.
But MLM kind of transitioned it from physical to now you can do it through social media. And I didn't really have that expertise of like how to do ads on social media at that time. So it was just more like hitting everyone I know first.
Right.
And then after I hit everyone I know first, tell them to hit people up they know. By then, you already have a good amount of people. Yeah. That's really what you need to build out that MLM. But then when you want to go further, ads and all that, that wasn't my expertise at that time.
Yeah, and like on that story note, like one of the things that they use to get Forex out there was trade and travel.
Trading travel.
So within that whole week's period, I ended up with the little money I had, the little savings I had, bought a ticket to Italy because some of the leaders, the leader guy SJ friends were going to Italy at that time, and I was like, yo, count me in. Went, left my house. You know, my mom, my brothers helped me with like everything that I had going on. Like, I bounced, left the house, bro. Like left for America, left everything.
I was jealous, bro. You went to Italy.
Yeah, I was like, damn, bro, I'm out, bro. But
that's what
story,
they see, bro.
They see that. So that story, but I was broke as hell. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I almost got stuck there. You know what I'm saying? And I had to ask my mom and dad for money, and they couldn't even really help me. So I still had to figure it out. But long story short, bro, so much thing happened, bro. I got, you know, like.
Was that the one you lost the ID?
Lost my ID, bro. This guy at night when I was coming back with my friend tried to like rob us for our shit. Like a whole bunch of story. Like they ain't have my wallet. Still ended up not having my ID and passport to come back home. When I get in front of the thing, it was a whole deal. But I ended up making it back to Orlando. We kept building that element. You brought in a lot of people from your end. But, you know, at that time, they were paying us, what, $600 for 12 people? One of the months, like, I was with my cousin in the Starbucks working hard. Like, we needed one more person to, like, complete for the month so we could get our check and do what we got to do for our bills. Just because we missed that one person and that person ended up joining late. We all didn't get paid. I was like, wow, bro, that so sucks. Like, that's the worst. Like, never again. And that day, from that day on, like, me and my cousin, we looked at each other like, nah, no more, man. Like, we're going to build our own thing, and this is it from now. And with the little knowledge we gained while we were in the MLM structure, because they still had, like, an online portal you could go and study and stuff like that. We started our own thing, FxCapitalOnline, and then I called you up. I was like, "Hey, bro, this is the move. This is the play. This is what I need from you, bro. I know you're good at the marketing thing. Let's make this happen, bro." How was like your perspective on that? Like when that happened?
That was kind of transition. Now we're not doing the MLM, so now we're focusing on the trading aspect. So that's when you told, I think it was you or Eli, they were like, you sent me baby pips. You're like, bro, just go over baby pips. At that time, baby pips was either going to show us how to trade or not. So it was pretty interesting, actually. That was my last year at the school when I was actually focusing on trading. During that time, I did a year and a half, so that was a summer. I remember trading in the MT4 on a demo. I was sitting next to a teammate of mine, teachers in the front. I was making like $3,000 or something in the class. And I'm just looking, I'm like, bro, this is the demo. Like, yo, bro, this is what I'm making right now. Damn. But he didn't see the vision. He didn't see it long term.
Yeah.
Like, you would see it because it's not right now real money, but I'm like, bro, if I tap into this, I'm gonna be making more money than what the professor's talking. I'm like, bro, why are we here? Like, I'm making this right now. So even till that day, like, he actually hit him up. He hit me up through the time, like, years later, Terrence. He was like, oh, damn, I should have got into that Forex shit. Wow. But I was practicing. I was like practicing. Even though I didn't know how to do it, I was practicing it. Because I knew once I really spend the time in this, and that's something that, you know, shout out to my mom. She just told me, anything you do, put God first. And just go hard, go on it. So once I knew I could learn that, and the freedom of me being able to make $3,000 to $5,000 in class, that's people's, like, some of the people's books to buy for school. You know, some of the professors that have been making that, right? Like, they go by the year, but it's just like, it was like astonishing to me, because I was like, damn. And then seeing you went to Italy, and I'm just like, damn. Because now I'm stuck. That's one of the reasons why I didn't want to be in school, because I didn't want to be stuck somewhere. I wanted that financial freedom. Like, athlete, once that side didn't work out for me, I didn't want to do the visit. I'm just like, okay. I always look like, okay, if I'm in school, I won't be able to be glamorous, like being able to, you just get going on a random trip. People don't see that. Because people see what they have going on right now. So when they see that glamorous thing that you did, that's easy to sell product, because they want to be like you. Not like you, but they want what you have. That lifestyle. That time. But they don't know
things behind it. The whole reality behind it. Facts.
So when I left, I went to my mom's house after I got my AAS. I didn't even go to the graduation of the school. They mailed me the diploma and everything. I went to my mom's house, and then it was about a few months there. That's when we was doing the FX Cap. And then I did not want to be in my mom's, so I was only there for, like, when was that? Like a solid 3 months. 3 months, and then I was like, all right. So that's when I was learning, practicing the trading, doing all that things that we did. I ended up cutting my hair, because this guy told me to cut my hair.
Because I was told that in America, you gotta look professional. Now I don't care, because I make my own income. You know what I'm saying? I know how to trade, but
if I never had cut my hair, bro, my dreads would have been long.
I regret mine too, but it's coming.
And then there was a time I was like, all right, bro, I have to go link with Jack again. So that's when I linked up with you after seeing you since. When I seen you at my game, you came to one of my games. But that was the next time I seen you, when you came with Todd. After that was the next time. I was like, I drove my mom's car, paid for the gas there and back, all the way to Orlando.
Damn, I remember that. I remember that. With you, and Eli.
And then I drove back. So then, just because, bro, I'm on it. I was lit. And after that, that's when we was like, all right, let's just do the hotel run.
We did that hotel run.
We did a hotel run for a minute. Like, we all went and got a hotel. We chipped in, and whatever we was making, that was like, boom. So it was like 2 beds. He would be in a room, I would be in a room. No, the same room. He was in the bed, I was in the bed. It was like 4 guys. Just going hotel runs.
Hotel to hotel.
From what we was making, $75 a month. With
so
going.
The pivotal moment for that was the fact that now, okay, they seen trade and travel after the Italy run. Now people are like, all right, I want to be able to make money on my phone and travel too. So when I got to Orlando, locked in with Eli, we actually had a good amount of momentum. And then when you came in, now I knew that, you know, we had to, not in a sense keep that going to get to where we wanted to go, but we really wanted to not be comfortable where we was at, because we really weren't comfortable. Because where I was at when I got back from Italy, I was crashing at Eli's spot. It was a 1-bedroom, and I still have the little video of when Eli was setting up the little screen in the closet, bro. We moved the clothes to just put the screen there just so we could trade there. Like, it was not comfortable, but we had a little momentum because of that pivotal moment of me deciding to leave where I was at, which was the comfort zone, going to a discomfort place, traveling around the world, now being in another discomfort place, which could be comfortable, but
with more guys.
I decided I still didn't want to live that comfortable, like, because you could be in like the worst like situation, but you get comfortable in that situation because that's the familiar to you. So in my mind, I was like, nah, we making some money now. We need to continue this lifestyle. So I was like, you know what, let's just all get together, we'll accomplish more anyway together. We all put our heads together. And that's one thing about us too. Like, we always wanted to take people with us. Like, it was not just us. Like, we want to take our friends with us.
That's us being tourists, bro.
Yeah.
So protect the energy thing. But at the same time, it was a good play because it helped push it a little bit quicker.
Oh, yeah, it did.
You need a team.
It did. So we ended up moving hotel to hotel until we started running out of cash. Everything started getting hard. And then I got with the guys, like, you know what, guys, we got to find a way to make it happen. I was like, hey, my mom live up north still. You know what I'm saying? We could go up there, spend some time. Or we could go travel to travel. But before then, way before then, we ended up going to your spot. Was that after or before? I ended up staying at your spot for a little minute.
That was after. We drove all the way to Boston.
Oh yeah, that was after.
It was for
exactly.
Eli ended up staying with his dad's situation.
Yeah,
and it was just us.
Yeah,
and you, Frankie,
and Paul. Yeah, we ended up driving to my mom's spot, crashing there for like 2 weeks.
How PMG got started too. Yeah, with the name, with everything. PMG too.
Yeah, so with the name PMG, I'm glad you mentioned that.
That was how it kind of got started.
When me and Eli was sitting in the room, Eli actually came up with the name PMG, and then we kept running with it. But the PMG was really about the brotherhood, you know what I'm saying? Like, doing this together, and that's what kept us going too, because a lot of days we could have been down in the journey, like where things didn't go our way, but because we know we have each other to count on, like, took us a long way. But fast forward, we ended up crashing at my mom's spot for 2 weeks. Then Paul said he have his cousin that live in Canada. We could go crash there. We ended up driving there.
We went to UMass.
UMass first, yeah.
We went to UMass. It was we went to a university at the time. They had some spring fling going on. So we ended up staying at UMass. We had a hotel near UMass, and we was able to get free food at UMass.
Yeah.
Just going back and forth.
Back and forth, yeah.
While we were running it up on the little cash that we could get from building FX Capital. And then that's when we ended up going back to your mama quick, and then we ended up going to Canada.
Yeah.
That was like, wow, we going to Canada now.
Yeah.
But I felt like that move was like, oh, them boys in Canada. So it's like when you see things from the outside perspective it is real different. You know, people don't really see that.
Yeah. We were sleeping on a wooden floor on an air mattress. In Canada, living not the best, but it was fun because we were building something. You know what I'm saying? Like, we had our smoke break. It made everything like a vibe. You know, it was not like, oh my God, this is so. We knew where we were going, and that's
people
what
like to hear that. People like to hear the come up, like, because everyone knows it's not glamorous when you first start, but people like to hear them stories.
For sure.
What I like is what we went through. We can't really force the same situation on someone else.
No,
we could show them. We could show them what we did, so it skips the process of people trying to figure it out themselves.
Right.
We were self-taught. That's why we went through that journey and did everything ourselves. So we went through that.
Yeah.
Going through that, you know, some people don't have that. Some people just can come in and just. People still got their own shit going on.
Right.
Got shit going on. Some people wouldn't even do that.
No, they wouldn't go that route. And the thing is, you think about it, we were young too. So like, I always looked at life like this. Like, I'm willing to go through the most shit right now because I know my body can't take that. My mind, my soul can't take that at 30, at 40, at 50. So I was down for whatever.
It was 22.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was 22.
Yeah, but we ended up, you know, that ended up stopping as well, and then I ended up moving back to Florida for a little bit. A whole situation happened in Orlando. We was trading that money for that guy. A whole situation with that. Oh my God, like, crazy story for another day.
I remember that.
But fast forward, ended up staying at your spot with your mom in Fort Lauderdale.
That was when we made.
We grinded hard.
20K off news.
Yeah.
You made 20K, I made 10K off news.
Yeah, we grinded hard.
That was a good one. There was a news that had dropped 200 pips UCAD, 2017. I call it the day we made it.
Yeah.
I got it in my notes in the day.
That's
it. It was a news, a 200 pip drop UCAD. He got in a 20 lot. No, you got in a 10 lot.
10 lot.
I got in a 5 lot.
Yeah. Yeah, that day was a pivotal moment in our journey, in our career. But it gave us that, like, that aha moment, like, wow, this is real.
Yeah.
Like, cause I remember that thing dropped, and I was like, bro, look at your phone. He was like, it froze. I'm like, bro, oh my God.
Yeah.
We both jumped up. I remember I jumped up so high and hugged you, bro.
Head.
I hit you, bro. I had a headache for like a week. I couldn't even like eat, bro. Like that day was like a pivotal moment, bro, because
that
like,
was a good day, though.
Just being so low and then seeing like $25,000 floating right in front of you right now.
With news, that's when I really took news trading.
Wow.
All right, I'm like, okay, news can do this. Because at the time, I didn't know about news, trading Forex news.
Yeah.
When I found out about the Forex Factory, I told y'all, bro, I'm going to study this news because this keeps happening. All we got to do is just get in a lot like that.
Yeah, every time.
Put it on like a small 2K leverage, like 1 to 1,000 traders way.
Mm-hmm.
And kind of sauce. I'm giving you guys a sauce. Open up a 2K account.
Mm-hmm.
Do a 10 lot.
Right.
Just off that, you made like 10,000. You up 12 beds just to do it and rinse and repeat.
Yeah.
So we kind of did that with the news. The news kind of helped us get to where we got to a little bit because the thing about what I liked about the news is it was quick.
Yeah.
So it was able, and you know when it's happening.
Yeah.
So we was able to run a little bag off that, and then that's when we decided to go to Medellin.
Yeah. But
Colombia.
The story of Medellin was crazy because what ended up happening was the $20,000, I lost it. Cause
you did.
Lack of experience, you know, and not understanding how to manage that type of money once you like come from so low. So that's all of part of why I appreciate the journey as well, because you really know and learn from your experience. But keep trading, trying to make more, because now you know it's possible. You want it now, and you don't. Now you realize, damn, it doesn't happen all the time. You're doing all the big risk to get there. Next thing you know, you're in drawdown negative 7,000, 9,000. That it'll go quick. So I ended up losing that money. And for 2 weeks straight, I was sick, bro. Like, I open your mom's fridge, bro, there'll be food all over the place. And I'm like, oh my God. Because I'm thinking, damn, I just came from...
It's anxiety, bro.
Yeah, I just came from, I could get my own spot. I could get my own car. You know what I'm saying? Like, I could move. Now I'm like back again. I'm like, oh my God, I was so sick, bro. I started throwing up every time like I'm trading after that, bro.
I would do
like,
that shit.
Oh,
I gotta enjoy that shit.
Yeah. I'm glad you took some of the money out because we needed that. Yeah. And it was not even all money, to be honest. Like, the money we were trading, like, it was like, what? Oh, man. So I was like, nah, bro, I need to do something to make myself feel better. I was like, I got to get out of here. But we still had our business going on because the little knowledge we had was good enough for people that didn't know nothing about trading. Now we like very experienced, very well knowledgeable in what we do. Yeah. But at that time, the little knowledge we had, we shared it with our community. And we ended up, moving to Colombia because I just went online one day. I was like, man, where is the best player? Because with our business, I realized we don't have to be there. We make enough money to trade. We have the knowledge. I looked on Google.
Trade and travel
like,
too a little
Trade
bit.
and travel is all in my mind. I'm like, I don't have to feel this pain and be there, even if I'm having a bad day. But, just being around where it's not my house, where I'm at, like, and you guys' spaces was, like, uncomfortable for me as well. So I'm like, I went online, looked to see, what should I do? And the best place that come up, I look, where is the best place in the world to live?
I was thinking, like, are we gonna go to Puerto Rico? But then Colombia, I was like, Colombia.
Yeah, bro. I looked up where in the best place of the world, to live, low budget. Not much, to worry about, and Medellin was number one. So I started going on YouTube, looking at Medellin videos. Like, that motivated me, and that, like, brought me back because I was so down after that. Not too down, like, but I knew it was going to be so much harder to get that again. But knowing that, all right, I could be in a better environment, could lift up my mood. So we ended up, going. I told you, what did you think when I was like, hey, man, let's be out of here?
I was with it. Colombia, though, I was just like, damn, because you had told me we are gonna have to pick up on our Spanish a little bit, but I knew it was a good move because that was something that could get us out there. Because a lot of things at that time, people weren't doing what we were doing at that time. So Colombia, I was looking at like thinking, oh shit, is Colombia even safe?
Yeah,
the narco shit. Everyone's hitting up like. Yeah. Before we was asking our peoples, yo, we gonna go to Colombia, like our close peoples, and everyone was giving us that negativity. Colombia's this, Colombia's that, but we end up going somewhere nice with security and everything. People didn't know, but it was actually valid.
We had a lot of fun in Colombia, and that like helped our business too because we were still able to live that trade and travel lifestyle, which is, and that's what people want. People just want to feel like they could attain financial freedom to the point where they could just do whatever makes them happy. It doesn't have to be like fancy or glamorous, but just to have that freedom to just leave was like everything, and that helped our business like 10x. And then from there we kept going. We got into the content, trying to create content. There was this one dope content we did on the horses, man. This guy never got it to us, man. And like I still want that content to this day.
And that comes with the scams and
for
things
real,
we've been through, bro.
For real.
I remember that. That was
yeah, man. We've been through a lot in our like journey that also like taught us a lot on how to move with ourselves and business as well. Because, bro, I realized in this journey, bro, you really just have to like rely on what's the inner voice is telling you, bro, and then always so listen to others' opinion, but don't make it like your go-to right away.
Right.
Just because they said, like, also do your own research. And that's what all this really have taught me up to now. But after that, we had a lot of fun in Medellin, though, bro. I mean,
what stays in Medellin? What happens in Medellin stays in Medellin, man.
And everywhere else we've been, man. So
no, I love it. I love it at the time, and being out there helped us to learn how to like work with people.
Yeah.
That's not even that live in U.S. Because then you have a U.S. market. Now you're promoting to a Spanish market out in Colombia. People don't even know about Forex.
Yeah, that's true.
We kind of built like a small team out there to help people build that. And I felt like that kind of attracted the global fans a little bit.
Yeah.
Because then the people were seeing that, okay, we're in Colombia, you got the USA, and I don't know how we end up getting Africa, like people coming from Africa. But with the social media, we spent the time into the ads, and I think that was a good play.
Yeah, I mean, you've also, not to forget to mention, you've also done your part as well, like in FxCapitalOnline and everything we've had going on, because like you took it up on yourself to like put it in front of people, because you knew how valuable that was, like keeping the pages updated with the content, like all of that, bro, goes a long way. Because like when you building something like this and people don't know what's going on in the background and they don't know what it really takes, so like shout out to you and everyone else on the team, like doing their part, because it's like you can't do it by yourself, guys. You cannot do it by yourself.
You need a team, for sure. You do need a team. And then after that, really, we end up. What was after that?
So after that, we ended up, moving out to the place we was at. Frankie came and moved in with us, and then from there we kept working on our skills. Then you ended up moving back to Fort Lauderdale. You had your story going on with that.
I went to Lauderdale. No. We had went to Boston for your brother's graduation.
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah.
I went to Boston.
Rented out the porch. That was nice.
Went to Lauderdale. And then you end up staying. I ended up going to Lauderdale. Because you went to a different country.
Yeah, I went to Guatemala.
You went to Guatemala.
Yeah,
you went to Guatemala. I was in Lauderdale. And Frankie was in Orlando.
Yeah.
So that was kind of like off the all the fruits, just making sure the people straight type of shit. We made the people straight. Frankie went to Orlando, you went to Guatemala. And then it ended up being me and you.
Yeah.
Frankie ended up staying. So throughout the journey, people tend to, not everyone's going to be with you through the journey.
Yeah.
Some people going to fall off.
Oh, yeah. We had a lot of people
fall off. But they just got to work on their shit
at the
same time.
Oh, yeah.
So
that's a
people
fact.
fell off. Then that's when we end up reconnecting in Colombia as well.
We connected in Colombia.
Just to get some shit straight in the States, making sure the people straight. You end up going, then your brother graduated.
Yeah.
And your brother came on board.
Yeah.
And what brought you wanted to bring Jiv on board?
Because like I said in the beginning, bro, like always wanted to bring your people with you, bro, because at the end of the day, everyone, as they get older in life, bro, they're gonna have to fetch for themselves and and protect themselves, feed themselves, and it only gets harder. So I know that for a fact. That's why, like, in my journey, I've worked so hard in my younger years to like take care of all of that, so like I could be straight and the people around me to be straight. But I chose my brother to be part of the team because he actually is skillful in what he does. He was like the one that put our content together. Helped us gain 140K subscribers on YouTube. At that time, he was working at Dunkin', and where he was at in Massachusetts. And I told him, yeah, you should come on the team, bro. I see your potential. I see what you got going on. I think you'll be a great fit. And from there, bro, we ended up growing the company more. You know, the trade and travel was still going on because I went to Guatemala, Panama, Costa Rica, all these different places throughout the time before moving back to Colombia again, where we all reconnected. It was now me, you, and Jiv. Right. And that's when we really started the YouTube channel. From there, the YouTube channel started. Content was dropping. We brought Jiv to his camera, and we was ready to go. And it was up from there.
We brought your family to Curacao too. We went to a family trip.
Oh yeah. That was a great content. Curacao, forgot to mention is there as well. And then from there, we ended up just, you know, building the channel. But one of the things that separate us then from everyone else, like, we always kept it like real, like raw with our viewers. Like, hey, this is where I'm at right now. Like, and this is all I have to trade, $100, $1,000, and I'm gonna make it work. And our people definitely resonate with that because that's where they at, right?
And a little bit what he's saying on that to add on, when we give out a signal, we're in the signal too. So when we're in the trade of the signal, they're actually they know, like, okay, them boys are in the signal. Some trading companies, they don't do that. Some people would just give a signal. If it hit SL, it hit SL. But we were actually in the signals with our community and then sending it out. So that's what he kind of means with when we added that realness to the environment. You know?
Definitely. And people need that because, like, I think of people like what I would, the same way as I would, my mind process go, and what I would want to see is the same way as them, but in their own version of themselves, like their way of. So we know, like, what the people need because that's what we needed to get to where we trying to go to. So we ended up building that brand, bro. PMG kept growing it, you know, keep growing it, dropping content consistently, and then we ended up moving. Well, here's what happened, right? When I was coming from Curacao,
the passport thing.
The visa. I didn't have a visa because we stayed too long in Colombia. When I was coming back from Curacao, try to go back to Medellin, they stopped me at the immigration, and then they said, "Oh, you can't come back because you way past the amount of limit of time you could stay there." Yeah. So I was like, damn. So at that moment, with my luggage, bro, with everything I had, bro, I had to look up somewhere to go stay there. Remember, our clothes was over there. Everything was over there at that
still
spot.
At our spot in Medellin.
Yeah, you didn't have no problem because you actually left and came back.
Yeah, I was able to stay a little bit.
You was able to stay a little bit long. You even got to see Cartagena. I didn't even get a chance to go. But right then and there, I had to look somewhere else to go, not Colombia, right? So they put me in this cold ass room, dog. I'm sitting here freezing, like looking for a place. They said, look, until you have somewhere to go, we can't let you go.
Right.
So I'm like, all right, cool. I'm looking. I see Peru. I went on Airbnb. I'm looking at Peru. I'm looking at the nice houses they have there because we was making USD, so our money goes a long way in these countries. So I was looking at different places, but the best place that came up was Puerto Rico. And I called you. I was like, yeah, bro, I found this spot in Puerto Rico.
And I had to go get the stuff.
Yeah, and that spot was not even like the best spot because I had to just get a spot right now. So I just got that spot for us, and it was a shared apartment. And then we went there for like a week, but then we got our own penthouse with the views, with the water for like a couple of months after that because we was a little bit more stable. But throughout that time, bro, imagine having to like decide where you're going to stay for the next 6 months, a year, right then and there, right now. Like right now. It doesn't matter how much you have in your account.
That could be an anxiety moment.
Yeah.
You stayed under pressure, bro.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, and then it was like, look, this is it. Boom. And a story within that, right?
It's kind of easy too because we already, how to make money back.
Yeah, because we're in the market.
We're in the market.
We're in the market. We know how to trade. We know as soon as Monday comes, even if we have to make $100, we could make $100. Right. You know what I'm saying? We could literally provide for ourselves, and that's the value of learning the skill set of trading for yourself, because you always be fully independent. Like you'd always, be with a corporation, but the power and you going into your chart and just making 5 bands for you, and that's super powerful. Or any amount that you want, because there's no limit. And that's one of the things that like really kept me going in this, and like never give up, like stay consistent, because I know there's nothing else, honestly, that's better, because I have the power to go in right now and make $1 million if I want to right now. Right. I don't know anything I could do that right now. But when you go into details, you gotta meet this requirement. You gotta meet this requirement. You gotta have this amount of years of skill set. Right. But I was willing to do that because I know by the time I'm 26, 27, like where we are right now, 30, 40 to come is going to be even more amazing, because we still going to have the same knowledge and the same skill set. So that right there too resonate with our viewers, our clients, our members, because they know that we have their best interest. Like they know that we actually know how to trade. We've been in the market and we actually showing them how to trade. You feel me? Yeah, they definitely seen the journey. Some companies they come and go. Yeah. But we've been in it for a little minute, 7-8 years. So when they see the track history of what everything is, it's like, okay, them boys go through, and we show the losses, as we show everything as well. Yep. So they see like, okay, these guys are actually in it for the long run. So some people just want a quick check and be done, you know. But we actually are showing people how to trade. So I think that's what, as like Ali mentioned before, that kind of like separate us with the competitors as far as people. You want to show people how to trade, or do you just want to have people come in, make money? So that culture actually helped people, because now, shout out to the MLMs, IM, they kind of helped us in a way. Because people that didn't like the MLM on IML, they came to us because some of their traders, some of their leaders seen what we had going on, the indicators we were working on, and showing people how to trade, and that's kind of helped the business mesh. Definitely, because those companies that was ahead of us created our clientele for us. Right. Yeah, so it was like, this company suck, they don't teach how to trade. We teach how to trade, and we not this amount, we just this amount. So it really helped us a lot. And I'm super grateful, because like we took it up on ourselves to actually learn the markets for real and actually really know how to trade. So even if all of this were to go away, no company, no nothing, like we would be able to just go and trade and come right back up like real quickly, because of the knowledge and the skills that we built over the years. And I did have a question. Someone asked, like, how were you guys able to like learn how to trade with like 4 different people? Because I remember we said like you would be looking at a pair, I'll be looking at a pair, this person would be looking at a pair, that person would be looking at a pair. So when you put 4 brains in one, boom, like come together, okay, what happened, it's easy to create a specific indicator. Because you're seeing 4 different outputs when you're with a team. But when you're by yourself going through it, it's going to take a little bit more time. Because you're only you don't have a clone. That's true. But when 4 other people or a couple other people, me and you, we go in, we see what we did wrong, we write it down, we bring it to the journey. It's easy to like really know how to trade and what not to do. You really took it up on yourself to like make sure that people know about Forex trading news. Because I remember you was doing the $10 lots in Colombia, like making 5 racks, like boom. Because that's another aspect of trading Forex that's like so valuable, but is overlooked as well. Like you have to really, really like understand how that works. The fact that you took it upon yourself to strategize and plan on that's amazing, bro. Because that's a important part of the business, bro. Because there's so many moving parts, and like you mentioned, like without others' help, like the team we had in that hotel room at that time, figuring out shit, taking losses, like all of this would not be, bro. Facts. But fast forward, we ended up, continue doing our thing, having fun. But the fact is that in Puerto Rico, that's when COVID happened.
Kobe passed.
Oh yeah, there was a lot of shit going on.
All this shit going on. And we took everything and went to US after that.
Yeah.
That was good. A lot came. I think 2020 was a good run. The best run, one of the best ones, because we got a lot with that. How to deal with having a manager on the team. How to deal with having a real consultant team.
Yeah.
Even that scam. That.
Yeah.
That's another story. Losing $70K with a consultant team. That fucked us over. But that time we ended up being on TV. We ended up being on the show. So I felt like what I tell people sometimes, when your blessings come, they just keep coming.
Right.
That's how I felt in 2020. First time being on the yacht. Remember in 2020 we was like on the air matches and they were like, bro, we gotta be on the yacht so bad.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, 2020 is like you're on a yacht every other week. People inviting you to go on the yacht. So Jack and
Facts. So
it like became the new norm. So it's like, but we manifested that.
Oh yeah, facts.
And the time came and all of the blessings came. So
that's a fact.
But then when you flip it and bad shit starts happening to you, that's when more bad. Sometimes you go through a bad run, people are just like, this keeps happening.
We had a fair share of both.
Yeah, for sure. But that's everyone in life. People want to have their ups and downs.
Yeah.
But you need a support team. You need a support team that can help you get through it, because everyone's gonna go through it.
Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact. So we ended up moving here to Miami, bro. Like, we were very lit, bro, at that time. Like, coming from a foreign country, like traveling all around the world. Puerto Rico, the closest one to the U.S. And then
we
boom,
went to Europe.
Right there, right, and then right in the U.S. Boom. Now we in Croatia on the biggest yacht ever, like we've ever been on TV, Bravo TV. Like that's like, we was like, dang. And things were moving fast, and we had, a lot of momentum at that time. And this is where I say, and I've learned in business now, like, to protect your energy, because when you're moving at that pace, people could see that and they could sense that, and they want to be a part of it so bad. And that's one of the reasons why we ended up getting scammed, because people saw what we was doing and just give us like a dream of what they could do to help our process easy, because they noticed that we needed that.
Right.
So they just took advantage of it. But I look at those people like, look, how many times are you gonna have to keep doing that to live the life you really want? You know what I'm saying? Like, your bad karma is around, like, right there coming for you. So I've always been somebody that like strongly believe in good karma and bad karma. I believe whatever you do come back to you 10 times fold. Yeah. So I just focus on try to do good to people, even if they done us wrong. That's on them.
Right.
Because theirs is coming, but I know I'm straight long term.
Because we always bring out good energy.
Right.
Good energy is going to come back. Whatever comes back, and that's one thing with the kind of gave us a little people skeptical, because it's now like we're so glamorous and we got everything going on. Then you have people that's trying to take the shine and create fake pages.
Oh, yeah.
Have people sign up with their fake group. People hitting me up, jack up, like, yo, why are you scamming? I'm like, I didn't scam you. What you talking about? Right. Then they go show a whole list of all these PMGZOs or all this jackpot PMGs and all this stuff, But then people would say this and that, but we know, the inner team knows. That's why I didn't spend too much care about what people think, because really God knows and everyone knows you doing good. Yeah. Whatever comes back, you know what you're doing good. As long as you're happy with yourself first, and you don't care what other people think.
And to add to that, right, like, talking about good karma and bad karma, like, we've been doing a lot of good for a long time. So this is why all these good karmas are following us. Like right now, we super blessed with the team we have behind us. That's not scamming. That's actually do what we dreamed of.
Yeah, from the beginning.
To have, like, and lost a lot of money trying to attend. So I believe everything happened for a reason too, but it's also about the lesson that you learn throughout that journey, because now I feel like we're in a better position. We are more mature, like, throughout, after, that whole time, we stayed in Miami, we ended up splitting where you had your own spot. I had my own spot. I had my girl Priscilla, now our new born king. He's now 8 months, guys. He's growing up so fast on me. But like life have done moved on, but we've maintained our relationship and we stayed together to keep pushing for the same cause. And I believe like now we're just back even stronger. Just with a clearer vision and understanding exactly what we want and what we don't want, because we already did all the experience, all the bullshit, all the ups and downs. I feel like now we're ready, so I'm super grateful for that, bro.
Yeah, I'm grateful for it too. And you know, doing it for the long run is something important, because 5-10 years we look back at everything, and it's really what made us, you know. It really what made us, and the little decisions you made, the little decisions I have made, brought us here. And some people would question, like, maybe it was always destiny, you know.
Yeah, it could have been.
Can we control our destiny, or is it fate?
I don't know.
I don't know. That's a whole debate.
That's another topic, man. The way I look at life now, you know, 26 years old, about to be 27. I just, you know, same thing, you know. Like, I've always been a seeker of truth, like finding out the truth and things, but I don't go into too much detail, so I don't, like, go astray. But I learn from other people, like, but from afar. Like, I see you do something good that work, I'm going to try to model it in my own way. Like, and if it resonate with me, then I follow, and that's how I believe that all the good people that's around us now, you know, we understand that, hey, this is the real thing, because like everything I'm doing, I let you know, like, hey, bro, I'm bringing this person on the team because I think this person would be a great asset. Yeah, we had our fair share of losses, but I feel like now, bro, we got something coming. we got something coming. Yeah,
that's that's the secret to success, the blueprint. Just copy other successful people, what they got going on. I remember that guy said that in a webinar. You know, he was good at kind of copying, cheating off people. Yeah. Because you know that when you want to be great and success, you just follow the blueprint of someone else that's successful.
That's it.
If there was only one blueprint to be successful, everyone would be successful. Right. But there is not. And that's why I like everyone's different story of their success.
Right.
Because you kind of key in these pieces, is like similar like steps to be successful, but you hear it on everyone's different perspective, because we're all, at the end of the day, we all breathe the same air. We all bleed the same color. I bleed red, you bleed red. Yeah. No matter if I'm in Europe, Asia, Africa. Yeah. But everyone's seeing it in different ways. And that's what I think, to me, like, important is just the time. What you do with your 24 hours, what I do with my 24 hours is important. Yeah. Because we only have a selective 24 hours. When you look at it, we really have, what was this, like 3 hours to do what we got to do? I seen from what Floyd said on that reel. The 9 to 5. It's 1 hour to eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner. 9 to 5, 8 hours. But after everything, it's like you really got like 3 hours to get your shit done.
That's crazy.
So it's basically like, what are you going to do with your 3 hours you really can get shit done? What am I going to do? Yeah. What is people in this world going to do? Because at that point, it comes down to the time we have on this earth. Right. Some people, they just reach to what they do because they take the time that they have seriously. Definitely. And some people just waste their time on doing what it's not meant to be doing. And another thing is, we knew our purpose too.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Some people don't know their purpose in this life. I'm grateful that we know like our purpose. You know, for me, I know like changing lives inspired me, because that's kind of what I was been doing since I was like a kid. For me, it was like I always brought energy to people around me. I bring energy to room. When I feel down, for some reason, people felt down too, just by like, yo, someone can always tell I feel down. Like, you know, if I felt down, people would be like, kind of feel down too, because I bring like that energy to people. So that's why I felt like my vision with FxCapital, seeing that, helping change the lives, helping people see, you know, no matter the perspective you're in, with what we have going on, it could help and inspire the energy you have within yourself. Yeah. And that was my vision, really, with all that. Wow. It goes deep.
Yeah, it does. It does, bro, because, you know, when you look at it, bro, like, our purpose is even bigger than we think it is right now. Because if you think about it, when you were younger, you wasn't thinking at that level. Exactly. Now think about 10 years, 20 years from now, what we already created and the impact we've going to make. So this is why, bro, I believe now more than ever, bro, we have to like lock in the most because of everything that's gonna be happening so fast. We really gonna need to like talk every day type, because we need to really strategize how we want to move based on the experience we've gathered all these years, bro. So I wanted to ask you too, bro, like what is your vision like for everything we've been working together in the next 5, just say 5 years, because we don't really want to think too far right now, like 5 years, like what do you see, where do you see all of this going?
Really automation, because what's going on with the world and the beauty about how the business is. Business is correlated with finances and really leaving that legacy. You know, you have king, you know. I don't have no king right now, but I'm leaving that legacy behind, so we can able to do what we really want to do, not just the Forex, but other avenues, the real estate thing, other things we can do. But yeah, that's the vision for me, just to really have that set in stone. So once that's done, someone else could just have it, even if I'm not there. You're not there. You know?
Right, exactly. That's that true legacy. I'm glad you mentioned that, because it's always been on my mind, like, you know, we have to build something, you know, where it could withstand time. Like, no matter if it's 100 years, it's still going to be around. And I believe, like, because we kind of like had that in mind, even that's why we went so hard into sports, you know, all of that, you know, making sure that you did the discipline work, being the best at your craft. Goes a long way now into business now, where we're doing this thing together, bro. And it's just so amazing to see us like growing and like becoming better beings day by day, but while leaving a legacy behind for our future families, bro. So it's awesome, man. It's been a pleasure, bro. Like, best friend, close friend, my brother, business partner, like, bro, like everything to me, bro. I appreciate you a lot. Yeah, bro.
Appreciate you too, man.
Sure.
It's only gonna get better from here.
Oh yeah.
Shout out to the team, principals, everybody here, man.
Yes, sir. Shout out to the team.
Sarah, everyone, man. Shout out to Ali, Sean,
shout out
everybody.
to Jacob, man. We have the best team right now, I believe.
FX Capital team too. Everybody.
Best team, man. Best team. We have like people that's been with us since day one. Forgot to mention her, bro, but
and right now it's like it was her birthday and she was able to go to Argentina.
Yeah, man. That's
in the
awesome.
beginning, so that's the thing. Now people are seeing the success of what we brought into. And now even the people that work with us are able to have that glamorous and just be able to do that.
Definitely.
Growing up, she probably would even be able to think like, damn, I could just wake up and go to Argentina if I wanted to.
Definitely.
But the power of like everything going on is that's what it is.
And one thing, you know, about Yamarise is that her name is Yamarise. She's one of our teammates. She's a close partner. And the industry was in, there were not really females doing it.
Exactly.
So I remember I seen her like in a Starbucks where I was at with Eli working on Forex thing. She was there teaching a guy how to trade that owned like a tax business at that time. I'm like, what? We need you on the team. You know what I'm saying? And then from there, we just became close friends. And she's been a great part of the team since day one. And she's like our top mentor right now in FxCapitalOnline, teaching people exactly what they need to do.
I like the style. She brings the female empowerment style to the community.
That's definitely needed, bro, because females were afraid of trading and still are, you know. But it's going to get easier because now we have the jackbot. You know what I'm saying? It trades for you hands-free. So, like, we figured out the game to the point where we literally automate what we do to do it for us so we could have our free time and enjoy what we want to do. So you guys get a chance to experience that as well. And that's the whole point of us building that legacy, you know?
Yeah, man. Anything... The jackpot's out right now. YouTube's videos are coming out
consistently.
What would you say would be next after the jackpot?
I say, bro, we're just gonna lock in and just work on more products. As you could see right now, we are ahead in the industry because there's no top traders that we know of have indicators on TradingView, MT4 and MT5, and have their own buy as well. They're gonna come later on. But we leading the pack right now, and I'm super grateful for that because we actually learned how to trade. That's the thing. That's why we could do it.
Oh, you think
that's it.
You could do
so,
man.
All it comes down to like really like following what works, and following what works meaning getting in the right industry. Of course, it has to resonate with you, right? And trading is not for everybody. Like, it's not. But you could utilize trading to make money hands-free while you go and achieve your passion and do what you want to do, because it's still there. I honestly believe, bro, ever since I got in this, that it was meant for everybody. It's like a source that everyone could tap in and get their wealth, but it's been hidden from us with the knowledge of doing that, because I don't believe we were just put here to just suffer.
Right.
Like, you don't just, who would sign up for that? They say that, oh, we signed up to be here. Who would sign up to come to suffer? You know what I'm saying? Right. So I believe a lot of the information that makes our life easier, even on a spiritual aspect, all these information have been like taken away from us like for a long time. But I feel like right now in the world, we running on a frequency right now where all these things going to come to light, but it's those that are aware enough that's gonna pick up on that and actually change their life and change their legacy, because it's happening every day, bro. Things are moving real quickly right now. Banks are shutting down.
Harder, like, I'm telling these people about the banks.
It's going down. It's going down.
It's going down.
So, bro, I'm excited for the next few years to come, see what we're gonna do and impact the world,
man. I'm with it, man. I love it.
Yes, sir.
So it's a good thing, man.
Awesome.